This morning in our family worship, we were in Mark's Gospel in chapter 5, and we see very early on that Jesus gets into a boat and goes someplace away from where he was in order to seek out people to tell them the good news of his salvation. And he shows that very miraculously in a man that is known as Legion, because he has a legion of demons possessing him. And really the big thing that I took out of today, there's plenty to look at and plenty that we discussed. But the very end of the passage in verse 19, the man has been set free. He has been in his right mind because Jesus has cast the demons out of him and revealed himself to him such that now he knows who Jesus is and he wants to follow him. And it's a very interesting response Jesus gives in verse 19. He says to him, "Go home to your people and report to them what great things the Lord has done for you and how he had mercy on you." It doesn't matter where you are in your life. If you're the kind of person like I was, that was a drunk and a druggie, that was sometimes at times literally laying in a ditch and needed to be rescued from myself and my misery and the sinful patterns of my life. And so I have a really radical salvation story, but it's also people who just live a good life and are nice people, like my wife, who was seen by the outside world as a good person who probably pleased God in of their own right. Every single person is born dead in their trespasses and sins. Every single person is born with that sinful Adamic nature and follows the desires of their flesh. So it doesn't matter how you were saved, when you were saved, but the purpose that you were saved for, to be saved not only from the penalty of sin and death and eternal damnation, which we all deserve because of our sin against God, but to be redeemed so that we could, like we talked about in Ephesians 2, do the good works that God has prepared beforehand for us to walk in. And so for this man, he had an incredible testimony where the whole town was terrified of him. The whole town knew what sins he had committed. And so Jesus says to him, the best thing you can do is to go back to those people who knew you when you followed the devil and instead tell them about Jesus. And again, this doesn't matter if you are a person who seems to be a good person on the outside. Every one of us has sinned against a holy and righteous God. Every one of us needs to be redeemed from that sin, bought back from it, and made a new creation in Jesus Christ by the power of the Holy Spirit. So the question is, who has Jesus sent you to talk to today? Who is in your world? Who is in your life that you can tell them the great things that Jesus has done for you?